Hello, my name is Howard Saucier. I am a member of First Presbyterian Church of Rockwall, Texas. We are here today for a time for young disciples. Today we will be doing a godly play lesson. Do my godly play friends remember how we enter into godly play? We enter quietly and calmly because we are here to worship God. Are you ready to enter into godly play? Let's start. In the great city of Ur lived a young woman named Sarai. That means princess. She met a young man and married. His name was Abram. They traveled to many places, following the will of God. They lived their whole life together in tents. They had been married for many years, but had no children. God had promised them that they would be the father and mother of a great family. This worried Sarai. They had no children. How could this be? So she told Abram to take a second wife. That was a custom in those days. And he chose Hagar. She was a helper of Sarai's to be his second wife. Before long, she was with child. Now, Sarai got jealous. She wanted to be a mother too. Hagar became a little concerned and she fled into the wilderness. An angel of the Lord found her, hiding by a spring, and told her she needed to return, that she was going to have a son and that she should name him Ishmael. So Hagar returned, and she did have a son, and she named him Ishmael. This went on for a little while. God came to Abram one night and told him they would be together forever. And God blessed Sarai and told her she too would have a son. And their names were changed to Abraham and Sarah. Not long after that, 3 strangers, travelers, came from out of the desert. And as was the custom then, Abraham invited them to spend the night and rest from their travels. That night, the travelers told Abraham that in the spring of the year, his wife was going to have a son. Abraham thanked them and he kind of laughed. They're getting a little too old to have new babies. Sarah was outside the tent and heard the travelers. She too laughed. She's too old to have babies. But you know what happened? In the spring of that year, Sarah had a child, had a boy. She named him Isaac, which means laughter. A couple of years later, Sarah saw Ishmael and Isaac playing together. She became a little angry. She had a son of her own now. She told Abraham he needed to send Hagar and Ishmael away. The next morning, Abraham gave them food and water and sent them into the desert. It wasn't long before they ran out of food and water. They thought they were going to die. Hagar laid down and closed her eyes. Ishmael began to cry. The Lord heard the crying of the child. He sent an angel to them. The angel told Hagar, "Open your eyes." When she did, there was a spring of fresh water. They drank. They lived. Their family lives on today. Sarah and Abraham were happy for many years as they raised Isaac. But at last, full of years, Sarah passed away and was buried in a cave near some big oak trees. Isaac grew up and married Rebekah. They had twin boys, and the great family grew. I wonder, what part of the story do you like best? I wonder, where would you be in the story? I wonder, can we take out part of the story and still have all that we need? Thank you for joining me as we learn the story of Sarah. And until we see each other again, I want you to behave. Be kind to one another, and may God continue to bless you. Goodbye.